This is Sally Calypso signing off. Missing you already.
Statue of Liberty. So, New York?
A different planet.
Can we go to yours?
Oh.
Come on, no. I mean, Planet of the Time Lords. That's got to be worth a look.
The skies are burnt orange. With a citadel enclosed in a mighty glass dome. Shining under the twin suns. Beyond that, the mountains go on forever.
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Can we go there?
The rain never hurt anyone. Come on, let's get undercover.
Nah. Oh.
He has arrived.
What should I do?
Find him before it's too late.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they had this setting in season 2, in series 2.
You're taking me to the same planet that you took her.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Ever heard the word rebound?
Oh.
I'm really, really sorry, but just leave for it. That's
Oh, I think that girl's from Black Mirror. From Black Bear, I think. It's cozy in there. I like it.
It's only 10 miles.
How long's it going to take?
About 6 years.
What? 10 miles in 6 years? How come?
Gridlock, I guess that's why they named it that, right? Oh. Yikes.
Did you ever see the like?
Here you go.
He's just standing there, breathing it in. There's this
Whoa.
way.
Brant, we're moving.
Right, I'm there. I'm on it.
It's gonna move like an inch. Or a few inches. Yikes.
Sorry, I'm the doctor.
Medical man! My name is Thomas Kincaid Brannigan, and this is the bane of my life, the lovely Valerie.
Nice to meet you.
And that's the rest of the family behind you.
Oh, that's nothing.
They've never known the ground beneath their paws. Children of the motorway.
They
Wow.
were born in here.
We've been driving for 12 years now.
Jeez.
Yeah!
It's tiny. Oh, we stocked up. Got self-replicating fuel, muscle stimulants for exercise, and there's a chemical toilet at the back. And all waste products are recycled as food.
Okay.
Oh, we've got contact with them, yeah. Well, some of them anyway. They've got to be on your friends list. Now let's see who's nearby. Ah, the Cassini sisters. It's Brannigan here.
Get off the line, Brannigan. You're a pest and a menace.
Tell me, how long have you been driving on the motorway?
Well, we were amongst the first. It's been 23 years now.
But in all that time, have you ever seen a police car?
I'm not sure.
Look at your nose.
That look though.
Someone's got to ask. Because you might not talk about it, but it's there. In your eyes. What if the traffic jam never stops?
There's a whole city above us. The mighty city-state of New York. They wouldn't just leave us.
In that case, where are they?
Yes, they would.
Think you know us so well, Doctor. We're not abandoned. Not while we have each other.
This is for all of you out there on the roads. We're so sorry.
Doctor, where is he?
Oh.
Oh, it's like New Times Square in here. For goodness sake.
I've invented a sport.
He's gonna recognize her.
Doctor, you're a hard man to find.
Do I know you?
You haven't aged at all. Time has been less kind to me.
Novice Haynes! Whoa, hold on, get off. Last time we met, you were breeding humans for experimentation.
I've sought forgiveness, Doctor. And he has waited for you these long years.
Doctor.
Goosebumps again.
It's a bow.
I knew you would come.
On your own for all these years.
We had no choice.
Yes, you did.
Save them, Doctor.
Are you and him? Sometimes I think he likes me, but sometimes I just think he needs someone with him.
Hmm.
If I die stayed here, they'd never know.
It's the risk of.
Who is he then?
I don't know. Well, not really. There's so much he never says.
Doctor,
Yeah, hold on, not now.
I give you my last.
Oh.
Don't dying on me, you big old face. You gotta see this.
Children, it's the sunlight.
No, Sally Calypso, she was just a hologram. My name's the Doctor,
He's a magician.
and this is an order. Everyone drive up.
You've got to clear that fast lane. Drive up and get out of the way.
He did it! I told him he did it!
Oh, that's sweet.
You're not bad at all!
Not bad at all. Imagine seeing that.
What's that?
It's the face of Bo, it's alright. Come say hello. And this is Haim. She's a cat. Don't worry.
Who is it?
I don't even know. Legend says the face of Bo has lived for billions of years.
Right. You mentioned that before.
Right. Everything has its time. You know that, old friend, better than most.
Yeah.
Legend says more.
Don't, there's no need for that.
It says that the face of Bo will speak his final secret
Oh yeah.
to a traveler.
Yeah, but not yet. Who needs secrets, eh?
I am the last of my kind, as you are the last of yours, Doctor.
That's why we have to survive.
Hmm.
Both of us.
But know this, Time Lord. You are not alone.
Oh. He's not the only one? Damn. Now you don't get to see that look on the Doctor's face, right? Most interesting.
But what did he mean? The face of Bo. You're not alone.
I don't know.
He actually doesn't this time.
Me. Is that what he meant?
I don't think so. Sorry.
She wants some answers.
Till you talk to me properly, yes.
Fair enough.
Last of your kind, what does that mean?
It really doesn't matter.
You don't talk, you never say. Why not?
I could pretend. Just for a bit, I could imagine they were still alive. Underneath a burnt orange sky. I'm the last of the Time Lords. Face of Bo was wrong, there's no one else. They're all gone now. My family, my friends, even that sky. Oh, you should have seen it, that old planet.
Gallifrey.
The second sun would rise in the south and the mountains would shine. When they caught the light every morning, it looked like a forest on fire.
Oh, Doctor. You're not alone, though. You're not alone. Face of Bo has spoken. Okay, episode 3. So the face of Bo drops an absolute bombshell right at the end there. And they set that up in the last series, right? Early on in series 2. I believe that was the first time he goes to New York, right? It was called New Earth. So I think the payoff, I thought it was quite effective, and it was a worthy payoff. So the big, bombshell, you are not alone. And, the Doctor's reaction. Now, that is not a look you get to see on the Doctor's face. That is rare. He was rattled. It was a look of astonishment and perhaps even a look of concern. There were certainly a few different, emotions in that look. But by the end of the episode, or a few minutes later, near the conclusion of the episode, the doctor still believes that the face of Bo might just be wrong about this, and he is alone. He is the last of his kind. Though of course the face of Bo did say, me and you are alike because I'm the last of my kind, as are you, the last of your kind. But then he proceeds to say that you're not alone. So it's not, it's not confirmed just yet that he's, talking of a potential Time Lord, another potential Time Lord, or others, who knows. Could mean something else as well, but it certainly has the doctor's attention and my attention. But again, it felt like such a major moment of the series, especially because it was set up in the last series. I feel like there's got to be some truth to this. I don't think it's not a case of a misunderstanding on the face of Bo's part. He's this, a legendary being that's been around for a long, long time. So, and this is the final, secret that he wants to impart on the doctor. And, notice how the doctor kind of tells that cat lady to, he tries to tell her to stop because she brings up, there's this, this legend that there's going to be this final secret that the face of Bo is going to, tell a traveler. So there was some hesitation on the doctor's end. Perhaps he was kind of even dreading that, of course, this might have something to do with me, right? Because he certainly fits that description of the traveler. So he tried to stop her, but in the end, the face of Bo said he has to move on, and he tells him, "You are not alone." So that's quite exciting, that possibility. And it's becoming clear now that the show is starting to get into some of the past and some of the history of the doctor, and the drip feed is starting now, of exposition and knowledge of the past and information. So I'm excited about that. Like I said, I really enjoy flashbacks and exposition and information about unique and mysterious characters such as the doctor. And this episode, again, he opened up about his home planet and his past, and I think Martha is a major reason for that. She played a big part in that. She got him to open up, right? And I love the fact that she, in the beginning of the episode, she was given a choice, and she said, "How about your home planet?" Right? So she's interested in that. She wants to learn more about the doctor and his past and his home planet. There's this wonderful, fantastical being. How about I go to your planet, right? It must be fantastic there. And the funny thing is the mental image she had of a potential mental image she had of his home planet. It wasn't too far off from the description the doctor kind of gave us, right? More on that later. Just wonderful stuff. But yeah, before I move on, again, the face of Bo. Let's see how this information plays out. Unless, of course, unless he just means, you're not alone, and, look at all the friends you've made along the way, that kind of sentiment. Though, of course, the doctor almost immediately debunks that sentiment because, Martha brings up the possibility that he probably meant her, like a companion. And the doctor kind of, smiles and tells her, no, I don't think that was the meaning of this, right? He didn't mean it in like a rude or demeaning manner. He just meant, I think the face of Bo meant something else. But, staying on Martha, I think at some point in the episode, she starts to realize that, okay, this is a fantastical, just wonderful, mysterious man, a strange man as well. But, I know next to nothing about him. And she starts realizing that, okay, I need to be a bit more inquisitive, right? I need to be a bit more careful and learn more about this man. Even though she clearly has an allure to him, right? There is that connection and that attraction to him, the doctor. Of course, the doctor the doctor looks like David Tennant. That also, plays a part. He is a handsome man. But of course, there is more to it than just that. That's just one aspect of it, right? And, I like that she took a hardline approach by the end of the episode. She put her foot down. She said, no, I need answers. And in that sense, you know, she also maybe thought that she wants to be treated like a person, perhaps a companion, perhaps this Rose he keeps, you know, bringing up and is still so, you know, Rose is still part of his headspace in this moment in time. And, you know, maybe even the doctor starts realizing that, okay, maybe his treatment of Martha hasn't been the best, right? It certainly felt like that by the end of the episode, that, you know, they got it out of the system, and now she's gonna be the new companion. It certainly felt like that to me. But, you know, going back to his treatment of Martha, again, you know, Rose is still lingering in his mind. Going to that, you know, last episode, you know, they're in the bed and he's bringing up Rose again. And, you know, there's a funny moment as Martha realizes he's taking me to the same planet as Rose. So kind of like reliving that moment, almost trying to recreate those, you know, moments he had. Recreating those feelings, right? Perhaps. But then the funny moment came from the fact that she's like, you know, she mentioned of it being a rebound of sorts, right? But again, jumping back to the opening of the episode, Martha does get him to open up a bit earlier on as well. You know, this is a side of the Doctor I rarely get to see, but he does start mentioning Gallifrey, right? He starts describing Gallifrey, and the scene is one of my favorite scenes of the entire series. It was so beautiful. It was a sad scene as well, and you know, the combination of the music, incredible music yet again, and the combination of his acting, Tennant's acting, oh, fantastic. You know, throughout the episode, there's a few key moments that he's got such a fantastic range, Tennant. His acting in that moment really sold it, right? You could see it in his eyes, you could see it in his face, you know, had me covered in goosebumps. Again, you know, had me teary-eyed at points. Though, again, you know, he painted such a descriptive and vivid picture of Gallifrey. I could almost, you know, see it in my mind, even though I've never seen anything about it. First time he's actually going into detail. But you could kind of feel it through him, through Tennant's acting. It was just so, you know, again, in combination with the amazing music, it was so effective, and you know, it was just coursing with melancholy, right? Just beautiful stuff. He certainly painted a beautiful picture of Gallifrey in my mind, and I certainly hope to see it. You know, perhaps in a flashback at some point. And yeah, on Tennant, he's just wonderful, man. He's delightful. He's got such a fantastic range. You know, he can go from fun and goofy to menacing and sad. Again, I'm a big fan of Tennant. You know, I adore him. And you know, the sad part of it was the fact that, you know, since Martha doesn't know the truth about his home planet, she does by the end of the episode. But you know, earlier on in the beginning, she didn't know, right? So in that moment, he was able to momentarily kind of pretend that, you know, his home planet is still out there and all his people are still out there, his family is still out there. For a moment in time, he was able to pretend that this wonderful yet impossible moment is a possibility. So the rest of the episode, as you might know already, I'm a big fan of dystopian future settings, right? And this take on the lower levels, the less fortunate levels of New York, I thought it was quite interesting, actually. I actually found it more interesting than the upper levels depicted in New Earth in Series 2. Yeah, you know, the conditions are not the best down there. In fact, you know, they're so bad that people are taking their chances on this never-ending gridlock, right? It's so bad down there that the majority of these people have to leave their houses and their homes in pursuit of a better life and, you know, potential jobs. And, you know, they showed that the majority of them have spent a substantial part of their lives stuck in that gridlock, right? Some of them grew old in that gridlock. It became their new reality, right? That's their new living condition, to be stuck in this never-ending gridlock, right? But you know, also as as bleak as that, might seem, that was also one of the best parts of that setting in this episode. Getting to know these people, right, in this gridlock. There's like a handful of great, one episode characters in there, personalities. Brannigan being the standout. Again, that was one of my favorite parts. Him kind of getting to know these people. And again, as bleak as it might have seemed, or it was, it was bleak. Somehow they made the best out of it, right? As best as they could. There was certainly a communal sense to it all, right? They're stuck in there in this, on one end, it's a bit goofy that, they're stuck in this never-ending traffic jam. And the fact that they just, they just continue to be stuck in there for the hope of a better future, or the pursuit of a better future, right? Yet, they're able to make the best of it and build a community around them, right? Brannigan pointed it out to the doctor. He said, "You don't know us," I think he said something like, as long as we have each other, it's going to be okay. Something along those lines, right? And, it was clear through a few moments in this episode that they all had faith, right? The faith is what kind of kept driving them on. Because even at one point, the doctor starts bringing up the scary possibility that, this might just be the cars going round and round, and, this is kind of like a never-ending gridlock, right? And you're never going to get out of this. They start getting uneasy, right? Brannigan and his wife, and then the two older ladies, they get quite uneasy as well. And it's clear that they've thought of this possibility. I mean, they've had years and years to think up of every single possibility, right? So, of course, that's crossed their mind. So in that sense, it's like they've accepted their faith. Part of somewhere in their mind, they've accepted their faith, but also it's faith that keeps driving them on, right? And the communal sense of it all, having this community around them. So kind of like, humans always have each other, right? They're able to build communities in the most dire situations. But then on the flip side, the doctor is by himself, right? He's alone. And I think that's also depicted in that one scene of them kind of singing together, right? Martha gets emotional, but then the doctor's still kind of stoic. It didn't quite move the doctor, the solidarity of these humans stuck in this bleak situation. I actually thought the cars, they had quite a cozy feeling to them, small little cozy compartments. I know, it sounds crazy because a lot of them are stuck in there for decades. Those ladies were in there for like 23 years. But something about that felt kind of cozy to me. Maybe I'm just a little crazy. I just, I love the concept of futuristic living conditions and settings. The Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit, that base kind of gave me the same, feeling. I just love seeing the living conditions and compartments of any futuristic setting. And, even better if they're, believable and realistic. As real as possible in a futuristic setting. Right then, so I think that's about it for this episode. I thought that was quite an enjoyable episode. It had some goofy elements, the monsters at the bottom. I don't even feel the need to touch that subject. But there's a lot of. I think this episode had a lot of important stuff in it. Probably some of the most substantial information to come out of the series so far. So I liked it. I liked a lot of the different concepts covered in this episode. So if you enjoyed that, consider dropping a like, leave your comments, let me know what you guys thought. Consider subscribing. There's a schedule in place now, so there's a specific day for Doctor Who uploads. I really do appreciate it if you're still around from a few years ago. I know it's been hit and miss, it's been up and down in terms of uploading these episodes, but now there is a schedule, now there is a structure in place, so I appreciate you for sticking around and still checking these out. And of course, new subscribers and newcomers are fantastic as well. Thank you. If you're interested in early access to the next episode right now, or full length for this episode, consider checking out the Patreon page. And in doing so, you'll be supporting the channel. Check out the links in the description. It has the Patreon page link, social media, and if I have any updates, I usually update the pinned comment. All right, so that's about it for this episode. I'm really I'm really excited to be back, you know, and it appears that I'm starting to get some crucial background information now. You know, the drip feed has started. So looking forward to the next episode. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope to see you soon. Take it easy.